I had an extremely crazy dream last night, and I'm still trying to figure out what's up with that dream. Now, to be honest, before I went to bed last night, I had taken some NyQuil. Okay, I've just taken a dose of NyQuil to help this cough I had. And I don't know if it was the NyQuil because I dream anyway. And a lot of my dreams are quite different. So partially I want to blame the NyQuil for this, and then another side of me tells me that it was just another dream, and maybe the NyQuil kind of helped out or enhanced the dream I would have already had I not taken the NyQuil. So let me tell you about this dream. I dreamt that I was standing on the shore here in America, and there was a body of water. It's like an ocean. It wasn't a lake. It was an ocean. And I was going to go to the other side. It was me and a family member. And I said, let's go over to Hawaii. So she was like, okay, let's go. So without a boat, without a ship, it was like we had to pick up a certain amount of speed running. And as we ran, we were able to run across the water, sort of like walking on water or running on water to the other side. And we got there in the blink of an eye. We got there real quick. On the other end of the water on this island, which was supposed to have been Hawaii, there was a clamshell. There was what appeared to be a clamshell that was sitting on the shore. Now, when I looked inside this clamshell, there was like a little being inside the clamshell. Now, this printer is acting up by itself because it's not plugged in to the computer, but I don't know what it's doing. Okay, this is kind of weird right there. Okay, because it didn't start until I started making this video. All right, but I'm not going to let that stop me. But there was like a clamshell, so I looked inside this clamshell, and there was what looked to appear to be a little being inside that clamshell. Now, the being that was inside this clamshell looked like it wasn't on fire, but it had that orange look in the front end and the back of it, like it was hot. So I wasn't going to touch that clamshell. Right? So I wasn't going to touch it. So I left it alone. So we went over in another section of that island. And so we were talking and something. I'm trying to remember the details of what actually happened. But I noticed the clamshell started smoking. Okay? It started smoking like it was about to catch on fire, because I guess that being inside it was getting hotter and hotter. I know when I was growing up, we used to see these lightning bugs. We call them lightning bugs, like where the tail of it was orange and they kind of light up at nighttime. We call them lightning bugs. But that's the way the being looked inside this shell when I first saw it. Okay, it looked like a lightning bug. So, but the shell was smoking like it was hot. So I went over to the shell and I looked, and it wasn't on fire, but that being inside it was so hot that it was causing that shell to like smoke ferociously, right? But then what happened is, and this it gets really weird, man. What happens is that being, that little tiny being that was inside that shell, had grew big like a giant, right? Now there was another being that was also there that was about the same size as this giant monster. So they were about to go at it, man. They were about to fight. But then it's like their face kind of touched each other and they fell in love. It was like two of the same type of energies or spirits that met. It was like kindred spirits, like they were meant to be together, and they met, and they kind of calm right down, but then they end up from monsters becoming like humans, okay, like humans. And so it turned into like this love type of thing, like where these two monsters, fell in love. It's like they were meant to meet at that particular time on this island. Now, I woke up. There was some other stuff happened, but I happened to wake up, right? But I'm sitting there thinking about, right before I made this video, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, that could be a sign of a pending volcano. Now, I don't know if there's any volcanoes near Hawaii, but that could be a sign of a pending volcano that's about to erupt, or some type of monstrous storm that's about to take root, or that's starting to brew. Okay, I'm not really sure, but this thing that was in this clamshell, you can see where it was like heated, and then it got really hot and it was smoking. The clamshell was just like smoking, and then it turned into this huge monster, this fiery monster. But then the fiery monster met up with this other monster, and it kind of calmed it down. And it was like two energies that were meant to meet each other, So what do you guys make of that, man? And I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I dreamt that because of the NyQuil, because I did take some NyQuil before I went to sleep. So maybe the NyQuil kind of enhanced my dreams. So what do you guys make of that? Feedback and tell me what you think. Until next time. Peace.